What's going on, guys? RBG here, bringing you a breakdown analysis on the latest trailer for Marvel's Avengers entitled Embrace Your Powers. My apologies for being late on this, but I've been working on a lot of stuff and didn't have time to get this out as soon as the trailer dropped. But man, I'm just happy that we're getting something as opposed to nothing, because outside of the tie-in comics and the recent announcement that this title's release date is going to be pushed back, there's been crickets. There haven't been any specifics on how the online co-op will work, which is crazy because that's arguably the biggest selling point of the game, and we haven't gotten a release date for the online beta. And that's kinda unfortunate because I'm pretty sure there are a ton of fans who went ahead and pre-ordered months in advance. We're roughly over 6 months away from this title dropping worldwide, and we're only getting all the news we needed in small digestible bites. But anyways, this new trailer at least gives us some form of new details on what to expect. Firstly, can we talk about this case cover art? Like, this in my honest opinion looks 10 times better than the god-awful 2012 Avengers movie poster. All of the characters are perfectly placed, and I think the placement of Cap will put those not too high on Kamala Khan at ease. I still stand by my theory that Captain America is still alive and that Ms. Marvel won't take up most of the screen time from the OG Avengers. I think everyone will have their moment to shine in this game. Something that's a little annoying about this trailer is that we're still getting stuff we've already seen from all the other trailers. I'd say about a good 50% of the latest updates footage consists of A-Day, and I really think the marketers over at Square need to show us less of it. Like, it just gives off this notion that they don't really have anything else to show, or the newer scenes still need lots of work. But I can say I've seen some very noticeable improvements with the character models in the updated A-Day footage. They look slightly better than the ones we've seen in the previous trailers, and it looks like Crystal Dynamics has been working on the janky frame rate like I mentioned before. As for the newer scenes, we have a few that are essentially the same but from a different perspective. Like this one where we see Kamala Khan talking to Bruce, and I think this is going to be after she basically sneaks into the secret Avengers hideout, because you see her almost falling off this mountain in her casual clothes, and we pretty much know that that rocky landscape is where the secret helicarrier base of operations is located. It also looks like AIM is going to infiltrate that base as we initially assumed after seeing those Dreadbots teleporting there in the Hank Pym trailer. In this newer scene, we see more gameplay footage of Kamala fending off AIM robots on top of the helicarrier. And I just gotta say, the lighting and particle effects in this scene look fantastic. I really love how the explosives look with the motion blur. Like, this is the best Crystal Dynamics has used their foundation graphics engine since Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Which makes a lot of sense because this game is going to have a wider array of settings as opposed to the forestry areas the Tomb Raider games mainly take place in. Another scene that I didn't see a lot of people commenting on is Thor teleporting on the scene using the Bifrost. We've been talking about the way the Avengers members will be getting around, and the main means of transportation will definitely be teleportation. In the Thor tie-in comic to this game, we saw Tony Stark trying to create these warp gates, but he wasn't successful on it. But I think he'll have them in the actual campaign. I think it's really cool that Thor will be able to travel through the Bifrost because it's a small attention to detail and it differentiates him from the other Avengers members. But moving on, we have what I'd like to call a reference to the 2012 Avengers movie where we see the Hulk running through and destroying this unknown facility, just like he did on the SHIELD helicarrier in the film. And I'm kinda getting this idea that the Hulk's gameplay is mainly gonna consist of him playing like this unstoppable freight train that wrecks everything in front of him, and occasionally he'll have a few moments where he stops and beats up lackeys. But something tells me that he's going to be a momentum-based character who gradually builds up energy as he goes, and I think this totally falls in line with his motif, but I'm hoping to have complete control and not feel like I'm running on rails. Because that seems to be everyone's main concern, how expansive these stages can be and the amount of space you'll have to play around in. Like, Hulk's gameplay in the A-Day mission had this linear feel to it, but I can cut the developers some slack since that's basically a tutorial demo, but we need as much room to play around in the sandbox as possible. But moving on, we got a new scene of the Black Widow using her Widow Line zip cable on a flight-capable AIM soldier. You can definitely tell that she's going to be one of the more nimble members with all the things she can do, and I'm really hoping they go all out on her gameplay. Like, I want to see her doing crazy shit where she crawls all over people and puts them in a rear naked dick hole just like she does in the movies. I need this character to essentially be the female equivalent of Spider-Man. Very quick and agile, but packs a hell of a punch. I wasn't really feeling her gameplay style during the A-Day footage, but after witnessing her pull off the zipline kick, I can say she looks like she could have a lot of promise in terms of how fun she plays. But anyways, we see a few more shots that look like they're going to be full of action. Just like the first trailer, we get a brief shot of Iron Man fighting AIM soldiers on top of the helicarrier. I'm not sure if it's actual gameplay, but I'm really hoping it is. I want to have full control of Iron Man's flying, like if I want to leave the helicarrier when things get too hot, I can. The rest of the shots are pretty cool as well, showcasing all the Avengers members' unique powers. And all these additional scenes look really epic. We just need more of that and less of the exposition. Like, we already know the team is disbanded and have to come together. That was made obvious by the teaser trailer that had the word reassemble as their hashtag. I'm just saying. But besides all of that, this new trailer ends showing us some of the pre-order bonuses like the Legacy outfit pack. And I gotta honestly say, I'm not that high on all of these alternate costumes. I feel like they're not gonna have any abilities behind them and will only be for aesthetic purposes. I think it's safe to assume that a few of them are contextual outfits, meaning that they'll be featured in some kind of event in the story. Because you see Hulk wearing the same tattered shirt in a few of the scenes in the trailer. Like Bruce is most likely going to be wearing a white shirt and purple jeans, and he's going to transform into this version of the Hulk. The other costumes, like the classic World War II cap, looks like it could possibly be used in a flashback scene, and this homemade looking costume for Kamala Khan could possibly be one of the first outfits she wears until she gets an upgrade of some sort. The rest of them look like they could just be some kind of unlockable alternates, especially Thor. Like, I can somewhat see it being a contextual suit, but it just looks like a simple homage to his classic look. But this is anyone's guess, like they could all be featured in a flashback for all we know. Considering the fact that this game is going to essentially be thrusting us into this already established universe, I wouldn't be surprised if they use these to give us some exposition. According to the PlayStation blog, these costumes are going to add a little nostalgia for every Marvel fan who pre-orders. It says, and I quote, "Captain America's bravery shines in his frontline outfit from his time enlisted in the military during World War II. Iron Man was able to deceive his captors by building armor that looked like this Iron Will outfit to escape. The first time Black Widow's iconic black suit appeared in the comics, it looked like this classic stealth outfit, complete with the Widow's bite. Thor's winged helmet, chest installments, and red cape were his trademark from the very beginning of his origins, reflected in the Asgard's Might outfit. Before Ms. Marvel went on one of her first missions, she made a makeshift costume that looked like this Greater Good outfit. Finally, when the Hulk first emerged, his massive body tore through Bruce Banner's clothing to resemble an experiment gone wrong, much like the Breakthrough outfit. So it's as I've said, these costumes may be contextual to the story or simply cosmetic upgrades. Besides the standard pre-order, we have the two other editions you can pre-order in the form of the Deluxe Edition and Earth's Mightiest Edition. The Deluxe Edition contains the Obsidian Outfit Pack, where each Avengers is fashioned with metallic versions of their iconic outfits. With the golden accents throughout, the Avengers are ready to inspire hope in the people of Earth who have become fearful of the existence of superheroes. Similar to that of the Destiny series, there are also 6 nameplates that are Obsidian themed to fit the overall Deluxe Edition's aesthetic. You'll get 72-hour early access to jump right into the world of Marvel's Avengers. For those getting the physical version of the Deluxe Edition, it will also include a 1-month free subscription to Marvel Unlimited, which is an online subscription service that lets you enjoy over 25,000 Marvel digital comics. By the way guys, the Deluxe Edition is only available on the PS4, so if you want to get the gold and black Obsidian suits and nameplates, you have to own that particular console. Now, I just want to say I'm really digging these colors on the Avengers. I love how they look on Iron Man's armor, and I particularly love how Hulk is wearing uniform pants. They look very similar to the ones he wore in Age of Ultron, and I'm pretty sure the designers went this route to give him something that they could put the gold and black colors on, as opposed to the basic ripped jeans that lacked any design patterns. But anyways, the Earth's Mightiest Edition is said to be for the biggest Marvel fans, the collectors of unique items, and for those who want something special to commemorate Marvel's Avengers. In addition to all the items from the Deluxe Edition, including Avengers A Icon Steelbook case, it features keepsakes of each of the core Avengers drawn directly from the in-game narrative. This includes a full-color 12-inch statue of Captain America, a Hulk bobblehead who you might recognize from the inside of our Kamala trailer, a Millionaire keychain, Black Widow's belt buckle, Iron Man's prototype armor blueprint, Kamala Khan's honorary Avengers pin, and a commemorative Avengers group photo. Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys, this edition will be the one that I skip out on. I feel like the only thing that makes this package stand out is the Captain America statue, which says a lot considering the fact that his costume is the least favorable among the fans. The steelbook case art looks basic, nobody wants a Black Widow belt buckle, and Iron Man looks weird in that 8-8 group photo. I don't know who told my mans to do that pose, but he just looks off. With the overall negative reception this game's been getting, I doubt that many fans will even bother getting this edition. But minor ranting aside, I'm just glad that the details are starting to pile up. We currently have 2 more issues of the tie-in comics to give out more plausible storylines in the game's campaign, and I'm very much looking forward to that, but the developers really need to shed more light on the online multiplayer like I mentioned earlier. If that's going to be this game's biggest selling point, then we really need to know how it's going to function. Fans were already pissed that they didn't know much about it, but now they're even more pissed since Square wants to reveal all this DLC for it. I'm just saying. But with that, I'm going to bring this video to a close. I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think the marketing campaign for Marvel's Avengers is picking up steam? Or do you think it's still lukewarm? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I ask that you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will only help me improve on future videos. But if you really enjoyed the video, it would help me out tremendously if you share it with all your friends and followers on social media. Sharing really makes a difference. Also guys, if you're an aspiring gaming YouTuber who needs advice on what you need to get started, I have links in the description box on the tech I use for my Amazon affiliate program. So definitely check that out. You'd be doing me a favor just by clicking the links. But once again, this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.